Congratulations to Ashley Meadows, 6th grade student at Sunland Baptist Academy. She achieved first-class honors and a 4.0 grade point average. Best wishes from your parents and family. Way to go, Ashley.
Your number one news team covering the North. The Bahamas Tonight, Northern Edition.
Welcome back. Mercy Corp and VKR Insight hosting a training session today focused on social media and the role of technology in the promotion of business. Megan Shepherd was there.
Principal of VKR Insights, Valdez Russell, facilitating an exciting and thought-provoking training session for business owners on Grand Bahama. Russell says that the session was a celebration of Bahamian excellence to empower and impact the participants with tips for business success in this current climate.
Many of the persons present received funding through Mercy Corps and the Grand Bahama Port Authority with partnership support from the American Red Cross and Bacardi Global. And so VKR Insights facilitated, in collaboration with the Movi Group, a dynamic, interactive virtual experience, and we had a live studio audience. Today was a reflection of what excellence looks like from some of the best and most talented thought leaders from throughout the country. With technology, we had participants that were virtually present from New Providence. We gave a live broadcast from Grand Bahama, and we even had persons who flew in from Abaco to be a part of it. Those reminders reflect what a dynamic and thoughtful experience participants had the opportunity to engage with, and the hope is we're more resilient, we're more prepared, and we're most empowered to make a difference in Grand Bahama and throughout the Bahamas.
Director of Group Corporate Affairs and Government Relations, Filcher Grant, says she wanted to share important information about disaster preparedness and what business owners can do to ready themselves for future storms, natural disasters, or even pandemics.
Well, one thing that we wanted people to take away from is that they needed to have two types of plans. One is a Flintstone plan and a Jetson plan. The Flintstone is you need to be able to operate your business manually, calculators, pens, receipt books, the old school way. And another one is what COVID has taught us. We need to be able to operate our business remotely, contactless payments, digital platforms, these type of things.
Chief Executive Officer at Falco Limited, Glynette Fowler, says she wanted to share a message of hope, noting that she recently opened a new business despite the climate. She says she wants entrepreneurs to know that they can still be successful with a little tenacity.
Just a matter of learning how to pivot as a company and not to rely on one method of income. Sometimes you have to diversify your services and expand your services in order to meet the demand of the public while trying to keep operational during this time. So just letting business owners know that you can be inventive, you can be innovative, and you can move forward. This is a temporary situation and we just have to work around it.
Now, this pandemic has forced many persons to become more tech and social media savvy. Director of Public Relations at the Grand Bahama Chamber of Commerce, Talia Wagus Davis, shared how businesses should tailor their marketing to their niche markets.
Definitely building a social presence is so important during this time. I mean, people need to focus on their target audiences, especially not necessarily just the big social media like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, those kind of things. You just focus on your target audience as a small business, because obviously you can't be everywhere. You just don't have the manpower or even the finances. And as a small business, you should just be able to and target just the small end so we can make as much money as we possibly can and build my relationships with these customers.
Megan Shepherd, ZNS Network News.
Thank you, Megan. Well, Valdez Russell, the facilitator for the training program, joins us live now to talk about the success of today's session. Let's talk about it. How was it?
Yes, good evening, Bahamas. Today's session was what I would best describe as a reflection of Bahamian excellence. We brought some of the brightest minds together virtually and in person. Some of them were entrepreneurs and others were seasoned business professionals who shared advice, insights, and tips to empower more Bahamians to be better today than they were yesterday. And so it was a dynamic community of teaching and learning, and the hope is we can be better as we lift one another on the journey.
And for those who are not able to attend or to view this virtually, let's talk about some takeaways that you can give.
Some of the key takeaways that we appreciated from today's session, we talked about the importance of preparing and planning, being present on social media, and taking the time to have a Flintstone plan and a Jetson plan. What that looks like is when a disaster comes, as Filcher Grant so eloquently pointed out, while you want to have access to technology, you also want to have access to a pen, a piece of paper, a calculator, so that you can keep your business moving forward. It is our hope that those kinds of tips would resonate with our participants and business owners. Tanya McCartney highlighted that being busy doesn't equate to being productive. And so setting the standard of excellence to look like you want to be successful, but you're also making wise decisions around how to spend your time to improve our economy and to contribute to a better quality of life for Grand Bahamians.
And you've slated that another cohort is planned or will be planned for later on this year?
Yes. So through our partners with Mercy Corps and the Grand Bahama Port Authority, individuals can visit risegbpa.com and complete the application process that is the simplest piece of content ever. What you can also do there is submit the materials by Monday, and then an incredible team of individuals will reconnect with you and let you know if you were successful to gain access of up to $10,000 to support your small business.
Any final thoughts?
It was great to be a part of the experience live from Grand Bahama. We had an incredibly dynamic and innovative approach to empowering and uplifting participants, and it just is that kind of reflection of what excellence looks like, and it's right here in the Bahamas. So it was a great day, and when we do it again, we'll invite you.
No problem. Always a pleasure to speak with you, Valdez. Thank you so much for being with us today. Well, a new queen was crowned last month at the Miss Teen Bahamas International Pageant in New Providence. 8 beauties from across the country competed for the coveted title, but only 4 could come out on top. Our Jamila Mizik spoke to the queen, who shares her pageant journey and what she hopes to accomplish during her reign.
17-year-old Scavante Newbold is the new Miss Teen Bahamas International 2020. The Grand Bahama native says she joined the pageant because she wanted to be a beacon of light for Grand Bahama. She says her former pageant experience as Miss MSSC and Top Model 2019 prepared her for this new crown. And although this year came with challenges, she is happy to be the new queen.
In preparation for the pageant, I was actually stuck in Nassau for the entire COVID-19. So we had to literally ship all materials and dresses and gowns that we had prepared for competition over into New Providence, as well as I'm a senior and I just graduated this week. Most of my materials for senior year were in Freeport. So it was kind of a challenge where I was able to persevere and balance pageantry and school with the supplies that I didn't have but had to improvise with.
She says although this year's competition was stiff, she was able to put her best foot forward, put her trust in God, and came out on top. She says her platform is children with disabilities, and she hopes to be an advocate for change.
Well, during my reign, I hope to bring awareness to children with disabilities. I have, in the past, volunteered with the Beacon School. I also hope to volunteer with the Grand Bahama Down Syndrome Society, as well as to impact other girls my age and around the country to join pageantry.
Nakavante is an aspiring pediatrician and is expected to pursue her studies in biochemistry this fall, but she's also preparing to compete again internationally.
This pageant has actually afforded me a 4-year full tuition paid scholarship, and I will be representing our country in Tennessee on July 26th. That as well as afforded me a $17,500 scholarship into Hollins University, and you can go online and vote for Miss Teen Bahamas.
Jamila Mizik, Saturday Network News.
We love the story, Jamila. Stay with us. We'll be back in just a moment.